Welcome to Take 5. I'm your host, Wanda Williams. Happy New Year! We all made it to 2020. I am so excited today. My guest is an amazing entrepreneur, Darrell Woodard, and he's here to talk about his online magazine and his journey to success. Oh, by the way, he's a PhD. The doctor is in the house. Let's get started. Welcome back to Take 5. Here's my awesome guest, Darrell Woodard. How you doing?
I'm doing outstanding.
Good. I'm so happy to have you here today. I'm so excited to talk about your online magazine and what it's about. It is Read for Peace.
Yes, the domain name is readforpeace.org.
Okay.
The actual publication is Peace Readers International.
All right.
Yes.
I love it. Okay. You have an amazing journey. And give us a little background about yourself.
Well, I was born on the west side of Chicago, North Lawndale. I was raised by the whole clan, grandmothers, mother, aunts, uncles, cousins. By the time I finished high school, I had attended 13 different schools in 4 different states. So that's, my personal background. Professionally, I'm an educator extraordinaire and a gospel preacher. I've been a school teacher, counselor, principal. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I'm a certified alcohol and drug counselor. And I'm currently assistant minister at the Hampton Avenue Church of Christ in Milwaukee.
How did you become a man of God?
Well, actually by being hard-headed. I didn't have any childhood dreams of becoming a gospel preacher. But God has a way of getting your attention. Before I allow God to use me in His service, I tried everything else. But fortunately, God is patient. He's long-suffering. And now that, I'm preaching the gospel, I enjoy doing that more than anything else.
You're a man of God. That's wonderful. But you have so many different talents. You're a writer and an editor. Tell us about that.
For about 4 years, I wrote for a local publication. And, I don't have a background in journalism, but I write about things that I'm familiar with. And so I had a column called Real Talk Therapy. In that column, I addressed real life issues in the community, but it was solution focused and also Bible focused. And so doing that, as time went on, I just wanted to reach a broader audience, and I wanted to be able to help the community more. And so that's when I started developing the idea of Peace Readers International. And Read for Peace is the domain name, and 4 is a digit 4. And Peace is actually an acronym for promoting equitable, accessible community education. My goal is to promote literacy and peace. So that's why you get Read for Peace. And when you're talking about balanced literacy, there's 4 quadrants. There's reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So that's why I use the number 4.
When did you create this online magazine? Now, what do you call it? Is it publication or what is it called?
About 5 years ago, I started formulating the ideas. And I went through different changes, different formats. And then I realized my wife was born in Jamaica. She has a sister in England. She has a brother in Canada. My godfather's from Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
So I wanted to help the international community. So I've been developing this idea over the last 4 or 5 years. We finally launched last October. And now we are in 7 states, including Washington, D.C.
You have a lot of different sections or genres. What would you call it?
Sure, there's areas of need. Again, it's promoting equitable, accessible community education. Well, we have acrostic therapy, and again, that's basically where I just take a word and make an acronym out of it. For example, PEACE, promoting equitable, accessible community education. Again, I'm trying to promote literacy, so I do a lot of things with words and vocabulary. Then we have an apple a day. That's for medical professionals. Anybody that has expertise on fitness, medicine, health, wellness. That column will provide information again, for every age group that's looking to do something with fitness or health. Then we have Campus Kings and Queens. That's for college-age students and young adults. We have Checker Therapy, that's CKHR and CHKR. And what that is an acronym for Counselors Helping Kids Relate. And that would be for counselors, social workers, psychologists, anybody that works with children. And so that'll be useful information to help parents and those that work with kids, giving them some tips on how to relate to them and do some things to help them. Class Rules talks with the teacher. Have principals, educational professionals, people that work in education setting. They write those columns, and again, just useful information on teaching tips, ways to, again, help kids. Credit check and cash flow. Obviously, we have accountants and financial experts that talk about financial literacy. Dropping Jewels, and that column is from my daughter, Jewel. Her name is Jewel, and she's a social worker. And so she drops little 1-line, 2-line wisdom sayings that people can read quickly and take that as their advice, for the day. Just Thinking. That's Bible. Just Thinking is for those who are literate in Scripture and they want to provide biblical-based solution to people's problems. KIRT, that's Keep It Real Therapy. And that's my column. And that's a model that I developed, Keep It Real Therapy. Laws, and that's an acronym for Legal Anecdotal Wisdom Songs. And that's for those who are in the legal profession, whether you're in the legislative, executive, or judicial branch. So that would be police officers, that would be lawyers, judges, politicians that write laws. They would share their expertise. We got LOL, Lessons on Leadership. And that's for anybody with any kind of leadership experience whatsoever, whether it be in business, whether it be in an education setting, whether it be church, whether it be military. People share ideas about leadership and how to thrive as a leader. Military Matrix, Brave and Free. And that's a salute to our veterans who I respect dearly. My dad was in the Army. My great uncle that raised me spent 28 years in the Air Force. He's been in all 50 of the states, 13 different countries, been ordered a meal in a restaurant, 6 different languages. So we want to salute to our veterans. Sermon Notes. And that's a column where people can submit sermon outlines to share, for people viewing. And again, that's biblical based. Silver Stars. That's a salute to our senior citizens. Vocabulars. Again, I do a lot with words. And so I'll give you an example of what I do with vocabulars. If you look at the word depression and you rearrange the letters in the word depression, it spells I pressed on. So I do little things like that with vocabulars. We got Wages. And again, that's another acronym. Women Advocating Greatness, Education, Success. And so that's for the woman entrepreneur. That's for the woman leader. That's for the woman who stayed home and raised her kids. And her children grew up and became successful. We want to hear her story. We want to share that. We want to encourage women to be all that they can be. Again, my comic strip, Wise Men and Woody. And that just features my great aunt and uncle who raised me, played an important part of my life. And then we got our twin mascots, our owls, because owls are supposed to be wise. Woo, woo, and wah.
How do you get your writers? That's a lot of content to go over. I mean, that was great. I mean, you got something for everybody. You got all this content. Where do you get your writers?
Absolutely. Well, anyone that has any experience or expertise in any of the areas identified through my columns, they can just go to readforpeace.org. They can hit the link that says submit, and then they can submit their article for publication.
Wow.
And, once I publish someone's article, I pay them 10 cents a word.
Are you serious? So if I said I wanted to do an article, you liked it, and you put it on your magazine, you would pay me 10 cents a word?
Absolutely. First, I would obviously edit it.
Of course, yes.
And then send it back to you for your approval.
Okay.
Because your name is going on.
You got it.
But once you approved it and we publish it, I pay you 10 cents a word.
Does it have to be a minimum of so many words?
Yeah, I want it to be about between 300 and 500 words because there's a lot of content, and I don't want people to be overwhelmed.
Okay.
I want them to read all the articles because I think all the columns are good.
Okay.
And so I just try to keep it free. But if you have more information to share, we could always continue with the next month.
All right. So I can be a writer, huh?
Absolutely.
I can write something.
I don't have a background in journalism.
And all those different topics that you got. I can write for something. I can contribute to something. That's really great. The community can get involved with your publication.
Absolutely. That's the whole goal.
Yeah, right. It's so community orientated. I love it. I love this.
It's for the community.
It's for the community.
That's the whole idea.
Just wonderful.
People helping people, just sharing information with each other, and also
getting paid.
Absolutely.
All right. That's gonna I'm gonna write something. But you just can't put together anything. But I'm just
that's why
you edit it.
But so far we've gotten all quality content. My edits have been minimal. There have been some submissions that I haven't edited at all. I just published them as is.
Your magazine is also very unique. You support a lot of nonprofit organizations through your magazine. And I want you to tell us about that, because I think that is just so awesome. Not only do you enlighten the minds of the community, you also are giving to the community through your magazine. And tell us about that.
With my background in education, obviously I understand the value of literacy. I know if people can read, if people can write, if people know how to listen, people know how to express themselves, they can live a higher quality of life. So I was thinking of ways to really give back to the community and now the international community. And so along with promoting literacy, 40% of proceeds is donated back to the community from my publication. So it only costs $5 a month to subscribe, but I'm giving 40 cents of every dollar back to the community. And that was a big, big part of it.
Who are some of your partners in this giving or donation endeavor with your magazine?
Well, on a national level, we have Wounded Veterans of America, and we also have D2L, Darkness to Light. And their goal is to stamp out childhood sexual abuse. And so both their links are on my website. They support me, I support them. But then we also have some grassroots organizations. My church, the Hampton Avenue Church of Christ, being one. We also donate to domestic violence shelters, homeless shelters, food banks, places that cater to women and children, places that cater to senior citizens, educational institutions, schools, just about any organization in the community that's been established to help people in the community. And there's no limit to the number of places that we can donate to. So if there's an organization that I'm not aware of and people are thinking, hey, they do good work in the community, they could probably use some funds. Well, a person could email me at my website and recommend a place, and then I'll contact them and I can set them up as a community partner, and then we can start making donations to them. Again, we donate 40%, 40 cents of every dollar goes directly back to the community.
Wow. Now, what is that website? So everybody knows. And the name of your wonderful magazine.
Sure. The actual name of the magazine is Peace Readers International. The website domain is readforpeace.org, and the 4 is the digit 4.
Okay. So it's read the digit 4 peace.org. Yes. And they can contact you if they want to donate, or if their organization wants to donate, and they have any questions about that aspect of your magazine.
Sure, and all of our partners, there are links on my website to all of my community partners. And these are credible organizations, so people can contact them, they can email them, they can call them, and know that these are reputable places that have been established, much longer than I. So people can understand that, this is really benefiting the community.
Wow, how did you come up with that kind of idea? I mean, most people when they start up as entrepreneur, they want to focus on themselves and, try to make as much money as they possibly can. You went into this with the idea, from what I'm getting from you, that I want to give back to my community. How did that come about?
Well, my motto is pay my people first. And And so I established this so that I can give back. I knew from a young age that I wanted to help as many people as I could. And readforpeace.org has given me that platform. As you said, I'm a God-fearing man. I trust that God is going to provide. So I'm paying the community first, 40%. I'm paying my writers. And when God is ready for me to get paid, He's going to provide. And the thing about it is, right now we're giving 40% back. Mm-hmm. As soon as we get 5,000 subscribers, we're going to start donating 50% back to the community. So that's like my short-term goal, is to get to 5,000 subscribers, and then that will give us the infrastructure where we can actually start donating 50% back to it.
That's wonderful. But you know something? God has already blessed you. You have a beautiful wife and family. When you started your magazine, and even now, are you getting a lot of support?
Yeah, well, I get most of my support from my church family. They supported me from the beginning. They continue to support me. My daughter, Jewel, who is a social worker, she writes for the publication, so I'm getting support there. And also, the LinkedIn community has been good to network. I've met some people on LinkedIn that they saw the vision, they saw that this was given back to the community. So I've had some people from LinkedIn not only subscribe, but also submit articles. So I would say I'm not lacking support, but again, we're just getting started. So again, our goal is to be international. So we want to build this infrastructure so we can promote literacy both within the United States. Basically, we want to be global. My long-term goal is to have people on every continent reading this publication, and not only reading this publication, but affording us the opportunity to donate to the international community. So on a local level, we want to donate, obviously throughout the United States, but we want to help any community that's doing something good for them.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because me and you met on LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
You contacted me, and now we're working together. We are really going to be working together, because I'm going to be working with you on your online magazine, Read for Peace. And I was so happy to hear about this. You know, there's so many people on LinkedIn and on social media that don't know about other things unless you reach out to that person and say, hey, what is this about? Ask questions, and then you can determine or not you want to work with them. But I just want to say that I am so happy that we did connect, because this has been a great experience for me, and this has been a great experience for me to promote what you do, because I'm very excited about this.
And that's generally the response I get when people request to connect with me on LinkedIn, or I request to connect with them. That's generally the response. They see the value of this publication. They see that it's truly intended to help people, and so people buy in. There's a lot of good people with different backgrounds, but people truly do want to help other people.
They do.
And so when they understand the vision behind this publication, I made some good connections. Absolutely.
There's some beautiful people out there.
Absolutely.
Beautiful people. What is the cost of the publication? I know you had kind of mentioned it before, you have to subscribe to get the information. Tell me about that.
Well, because it's an online publication and I don't, have to pay printing costs and those kind of things, I can keep the costs low. So it's only $5 a month to subscribe. People can go right to my website, readforpeace.org, and put in their credit card. I will never see their credit card information. It's private to them. But for only $5 a month, they get some good information and a peace of mind, and knowing that they're contributing to multiple good causes, not just one. And when you look at $5 a month, that comes to like $1.15 a week. That's less than a cup of coffee. That you can do a lot of good work. And obviously, the more people that subscribe, the more people are going to help, because it's twofold. We want to get people reading, because literacy can just do so much good. You know, I've done some work in the juvenile justice system. I've done jail ministries. And there's one common denominator with most people that find themselves in some type of trouble. They have issues with literacy. They have issues with reading. And just being able to read, just being literate, can actually increase the chances of staying out of trouble. So that's why I want to promote literacy. But then we also know it takes funds, it takes money to survive, it takes money to live. And so by donating 40% back to the community, and again, as soon as we hit 5,000 subscribers, 5,000 readers, we're going to be donating 50% back to the community. And it's a win-win situation for everybody involved.
That is so wonderful. It kind of chokes me up a little bit, but I'm going to keep it together tonight. It does. That is really nice.
That's because I need you to write some articles.
You want me to submit some articles? I can do that. Hey, I would be honored to do that. Thank you so much. What is your goal for the future? Because you got a lot of stuff going on. I love it. You got it going on here.
Sure. Well, along with my goals for my church, my short-term goals for Peace Readers International is I want to get the publication established in all the major metropolitan areas in the United States. So what that means is I want to get at least 5,000 subscribers in the greater Chicago area, 5,000 subscribers in New York City, 5,000 subscribers in Los Angeles, all the major metropolis areas, because that will give us the infrastructure to start spreading this publication in the good information throughout the United States. Now, long term, my goal is to have people subscribing and reading on every continent. So we're currently in Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, Georgia, West Virginia, Washington, D.C. I've been networking with people in Africa, Middle East, and Europe. We've been communicating. We just have to figure out the currency. Obviously, we're dealing with U.S. dollars. So we just have to figure out how to do that currency exchange. And then we actually will be able to have people subscribe from other continents.
That's wonderful. That's a great goal. That's a great goal. And you know what? That's going to happen for you. I'm here to say now is it's going to happen. And when it do, I'm going to be right there because you're going to be partnering together. We got some work to do.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be working together, okay? Because this is an awesome, awesome project. And I am just so happy that you came and you're talking about this. And it's unique. It's new. It's a new way to donate, to help your community.
And when I was doing my research, to start the publication, I looked and looked and looked, and I didn't see anything like this.
Right.
Now all the popular magazines, the magazines that have been established for many years.
Yes.
Most of them have some type of online presentation now. Even newspapers now.
Yes.
They can have where you subscribe online.
Yes.
But I didn't see anything with this model where it's actually designed to give money back to the community. And so I'm thankful that God blessed me with that vision. I'm so thankful for the people near and far that are supporting me so far. And I'm just appealing to the general public that this is a good opportunity not only to get good information, but you can give good information. If you have something that you want to share that you think others will benefit from, submit it. Not only will we publish it, but we'll pay you for it. And then, again, 40% is going back to the community. But I want you all to do whatever you can to help us get to 5,000 subscribers. That's a short-term goal. Because once we get to 5,000 subscribers, then we're going to start donating 50% back to the community.
And you're going to get to that. So I'm going to predict that you get to that by the end of the year. Prediction for you. My predictions come true.
That's a good vision for 2020.
Okay. I want to thank you so much for coming and sharing this wonderful information.
Thanks for having me.
It makes me happy. It's a great way to start off the new year with this wonderful news. 2020 is going to be a good year. I think it's going to be a good year. And it's going to be a definitely good year for you. By the end of the year, you're going to come back and tell me, Wanda, I got the 5,000 subscribers. Okay? I would like to thank Dr. Darrell Woodard for coming on Take 5 and giving us this awesome information about his online magazine, readforpeace.org. That's how you can contact him. You can submit your work. Again, he pays for writers, and you can give out good information to other people and help people. I want to thank him. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody, and